Hello there guys, Bilbo10000 here, bringing you episode 20 of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In this episode, we're gonna find out what happened to Sakura Ogami because she is dead. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then... a body has been discovered!
A body has been discovered after a certain amount of time,
no,
which you may
someone's
use
killed her.
however you like. The class trial will begin.
Somebody has murdered Sakura Ogami. Oh my god. This is truly a shock for the ages. Who thought Sakura was gonna die? I didn't. Huh?
Sakura's.
Oh no. Oh, Hina.
Sakura's
Hina.
dead.
Hina.
She's really dead?
Hina, calm down, please. I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on, at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko gently began to inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction? Oh no, Hina. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room. And Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. Shit. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do anything, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. Ogre!
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's being killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement? Just now, right? So you know what this means. One of the 6 people in this room killed Sakura. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her. It's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It was one of you! Hiro Byakuya Toko! One of you killed Sakura!
What?
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 You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated the sight of her.
I won't forgive
One of you did it. I know it. You know it? Oh, it's Monokuma.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Jeez, I didn't know your power level increased by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here?
Come on.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer.
It's
The Monokuma File! And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that, Hold on. There's something I want to ask you.
Huh?
It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Uh-huh. Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again
In
and...
other words,
Then I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me.
phew.
Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through our little fight. Because even for someone like me, it wouldn't have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell ya, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a school rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well,
So I don't know whoever it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
You owe them one? Oopsie. Before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first.
shing.
'Cause I mean, your lives are all on the line, right? See ya, Monokuma.
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one?
I won't
I hate him.
forgive you.
I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. Next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here. With Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay then. Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
What?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order? You do not boss Kyoko around, bitch.
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Oh, okay. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on! Before that, there's something I want to say.
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. None of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault!
One of you killed Sakura!
I won't forgive
I won't let
you.
someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear.
I won't ask you to let us all in, just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with a never-splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hero, do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen.
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
Listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura? It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to have to do it. Alright, so I assume we're just going to get straight into it. Investigation time. It'd be better to check the Monokuma file first. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head, no other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. So it could have been bludgeoned in the stomach or something, but there was no thing in the Monokuma file. I think that this time the case might be a challenge. Why's that?
So,
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room, which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like... Okay, that is a very, very non-subtle reference to the Zero Escape series that Spike Chunsoft also do.
in other words,
This is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? They're always the hardest ones to figure out, oh god. But could it really happen in real life, and right before our very eyes like this? It just did.
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. This simply means the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving locking the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that was what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow for a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Well, there is a Gatling gun in the pool. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is open, they just use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. It sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked room.
In other words,
By that I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere in the room. You see this in a lot of novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locker room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 possibilities seems the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. How does she know so much about locked room mysteries, though? That's something I definitely want to know. Sakura, if nothing else, we have to solve it. So let's just get straight into it. Let's take a look at that. It looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura? I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we got into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Alright, there's broken shards there. There are shards of glass shattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and there are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle. Okay, shards of a bottle. Okay, there's something else on the ground near the glass. A chess piece. It's a Monokuma figure chess piece. Oh, and the bottles up here. Are there any? There are some missing. You can clearly see 2 missing. So the Monokuma figure for the horse is missing, and the Monokuma figure for the queen is missing? It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You never seen that? Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
In other words...
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. I wonder if you play chess with them. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little. The Monokuma bottle's sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Alright, so there's blood in front of the magazine rack over there, so let's click that. There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? And I'll also check the magazine rack in case there's something there, because the blood's there. There's all different kinds of magazines here. Okay, nothing there. Is there anything around here? Oh, that's a protein drink. Oh, it's the Protozyme X. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance. She didn't overdose, did she?
So...
It looks like a protein drink and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can. It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab. That's somewhere to look then. That's strange. What is?
Hey.
You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they are also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
Yeah, I can imagine that if the cup was there, the glass must have hit it and moved it over some of the glass. That's a possibility. Okay, what else can we check? Let's check Sakura's body, because we haven't done that yet. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she also vomited blood. I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Maybe getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. It's possible. Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting, don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. Okay, yep. I feel like I could check her shoes, so... No, I can't. Okay. Alright, let's talk with Hina.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya took her hero. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked me to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even then, this never would have happened. Hina. Damn. Hina's account, or Aoi's account, with the fact that she asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room. Yep, good to confirm it. Let's talk with Byakuya then.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true? I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go to see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Okay, let's talk with Kyoko quickly.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Could be Kyoko for all we know. Like, I genuinely think there's a chance it could be Kyoko. Ooh, there's hand marks. The lock is open and there on the inside, it's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and left a handprint all in the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a nice little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the no, because the locker was open in the still we saw.
Wrong. Hey,
Yeah, the locker was open. The locker was open, wrappers on the floor, bottles broken, smashed things. It all looks the same as it was.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yep. What does this handprint mean? I guess we'll find out soon. For now, I think that's all we can do in here, so I think we have to leave. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which I made myself. There's no evidence of any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Can I leave? I need to examine the crime scene as much as possible. What am I missing? It's like another thing. Yeah, I've seen the blood. Do I need to examine the clock? It's around 1 o'clock. According to the Monokuma file, she died at 12, so roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving alter ego? Well, that means me and Kyoko have classified basic alibis. Yep, she was on the chair, multiple blows to the head. According to the Monokuma file, blood. Yeah, I see that. Yep. What am I missing? I genuinely don't know what I'm missing. Is it the magazine rack again? That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines. Okay, it's not the magazine rack. It's not the broken bottle. Or maybe I have to look at this again after I've looked at the bottles. So the glass is red, top and bottom of the bottles. This must originally be the bottle. On top of that near the glass, it's the figure. Yeah, okay, so that's nothing. What am I missing? Alright, well, I'll talk with Aoi again.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Yep, Byakuya Toko hero. The fact that she asked those three to meet with her. Yep, okay, yep. Might be good to confirm. And I just did. I confirmed it with Byakuya. Let's try talking to him again.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Don't make me repeat myself. Yes, I did receive a note. Okay, so you really didn't go see her. Okay, nothing. Okay. Oh, the chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it either. There's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the lock room from the inside, not the outside. Alright. I think that's it for the rec room.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. So... basically, I'm taking on Kyoko's role. Alright, so I need to go talk to Hiro and... Jill. Let's see where they are. Probably floor 4. Okay. Where are they? I don't see them on the map. This is interesting. They're not showing up on... yeah, they're not showing up on the map. I guess I have to go find them then. Let's leave. Yep, okay, yep. Okay, can I leave now? Leave the area, yes. Those other two probably went back to their rooms. Alright, so let's first go to Yasuhiro if he's close, or whoever's closest. That's Mondo and Makoto, Sayaka, Byakuya, Junko, Toko. I press the doorbell, ding dong, and after a few seconds... Oh, I haven't seen this image in a while.
Who's there?
The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
What do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, she slithered out into the hall. Slithered. I love that descriptor.
What do you want?
What do you want? You said yep, talk. Boom, let's go. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura was asked to meet with you. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Your reaction says otherwise. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master 2? I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me anything about it? I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was so scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Okay, bye. Where's Mr. Hagakure? Oh, I've got all the accounts for this one. Jeez, the only one I don't have is Kyoko's account. Alright, I think Hagakure is this one. Yasuhiro Hagakure. Hiro.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Do you need something? Talk to me. I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
What?
How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have you special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Oga told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
What?
Oh, what? He actually went, didn't he? When she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. No, that's a lie. That is a total lie. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, Tough, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
Last time I saw Olga was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at
I haven't
me.
seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Okay.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. When he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out. That's one of... Ooh.
Huh? What?
I know exactly what that is.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash?
What?
I mean, anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. So, in other words, he met with her, or they met together, and things happened. Okay. So, I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again. The chem lab. Okay, so let's go to the chem lab first, because we can stop at the crime scene. Chem lab seems like the easiest place to go because it's a room we haven't been to yet. So, or we've been to it, obviously, it's just like we haven't been to it in this investigation. Also, Byakuya's in there for some reason. Great. Oh geez, something's been spilled on the floor.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. You are full of yourself and nobody likes you. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look. Huh. Looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Alright. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I'd better not leave a footprint, unlike those footprints that were left. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the crime scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. That is a beautiful sketch. Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No.
What?
Okay then, let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. They're a valuable clue. They're footprints, of course they're going to be valuable. There's also the broken poison bottle. There's a broken bottle in front of this shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like a bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right. It could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left footprints in the powder. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to be spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder has been added. And let's check the actual shelves. On this shelf is... one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. And books. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letters C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. And I'll look at A. B's not really important. Let's see what's on this shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. But wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled... Oh. Could someone have put it in here by accident? No. And this shelf is... it looks like a bunch of chemicals. I have no idea what they are. Okay. They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? Do you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter right now. Right now, I need to focus on that shelf. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number, so I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find out more about the shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A is dietary supplements, Section B is reagents, and Section C is lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem lab shelf, added. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab, maybe I should take a look around the rec room again. Alright. And I think once we take a look around the rec room, we'll have time to actually do the next class trial, which I won't be doing right now. I'm going to end off completely after this. Okay, back downstairs to the rec room. I may as well walk. I've got time. Need to push this episode out to be a bit of a decent length, so... Other way. Oh wait, no, it is this way. It's around here. Sakura Ogami? Sakura Oni-chan? Oni-chan Sakura? Is she in here? I hope she's in here.
Hey,
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying. Probably
Anyway.
Hiro. Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Alright, Sakura's body first. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's like the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
But that's totally normal. Then how can you...
So...
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, look here. The ultimate mortician. Oh god, that's the same yellow powder from the chem lab. Her shoes.
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Then, next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem...
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Alright, thank you, Kyoko. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Byakuya might have if he'd taken the time, but I don't like to think he would. Yep. What clue? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore it in detail, don't you think? You're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is Toko. Well, on one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. But it couldn't have been Sakura because her hands are completely clean.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, it looks like it. What the heck? Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't
It's
forgive
settled.
you.
She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer? I can see why you'd think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, that makes me more suspicious, yeah. Magazine's dying message. And she said the Monokuma bottles. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the bottles. Is it about the fact that 2 of them are missing? Something new, something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. They're chess pieces. And we're missing a few chess pieces. Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
So,
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree.
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab while I'm gone. Try to clear up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do— Oh, I get it. To see if there's more than one bottle smashed. That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles. It's
in
balanced,
other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same and nothing could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay then, let's give it a try. It's heavier. Which means there has to be more than one bottle's worth of smashed bottles. Which means that the 2 blows to the head could have come from Monokuma bottles. That's interesting. Someone definitely attacked her and killed her. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. I get it. And it's ding dong bing bong time. So with that, we have all the truth bullets, and we're pretty much ready to head to the class trial. Oh boy.
Whoops! You caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Well, screw you, Monokuma.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Yep.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
See ya, Monokuma. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial, but... No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen. And with that, guys, I'm going to be ending this episode of Danganronpa Happy Havoc. This is episode 20, and I've been Billabo10,000. In the next episode, we're going to do the class trial to find out which one of us 6 killed Sakura. Was it Toko? Was it Hina? Was it Byakuya? Was it Hiro? Was it me? Or was it Kyoko? It could be any of us. Hell, it could even be me, let's be real. We're going to find out in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you're enjoying the series so far, feel free to leave a like, comment, and maybe even subscribe. And as always, guys, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.